Namaste, my darlings. So came another interesting question. Vadim, can you please explain why some people are doing sports, focusing on good food, taking care of their diets, and yet they get sick, they die young, and then we see on Instagram or somewhere a post of an old Italian lady that is smoking, drinking, and is living happily over the age of 100. Can you please explain why this happens? Well, what an interesting question, isn't it? Well, let's go step by step. First of all, I'll share with you the main causes, what creates inside of us the reason that we get sick and we get sicknesses and why we get old. On one hand, you have heard that our body is being regenerated constantly, and our body cells are working all the time. And within the cycle of 7 years, even not only our muscles, but even our bones get regenerated. So for every 7 years, we actually have a new body with new bones, with new cells, with new organs. Then comes a question, then now why we don't see that being reflected so perfectly and we get sick? So there's an interesting study done by people who are working in the healing field for assisting people to let go of acidity, which shows us interesting statistics that the physical activity of the humans, it creates about 15% of acidity inside of the human body. Try to guess how much food is making percentages of the acidity that is produced inside of the body. 15%. And now try to guess how much of the acidity inside of the body is being produced by the thoughts. Well, the answer is the rest, 70%. 70%, this is the amount that people that work with healing are considering that it is being produced by that what we think inside, of that what we feel inside. In other words, what does it give us? You know, in English language, there is the word sour. Why you're so sour? In German, there's the word sauer. Warum bist du so sauer? And which means the same like in English. It's like being angry. And there is the same aspect in Russian language. Почему ты такой кислый? Кислый. And it has the same meaning. It's so interesting that I right now named you 3 languages, 3 different words, which have the same meaning. And all of these words are sauer, sour, and кислый, which mean the same thing, acidity. The acidity that develops in the body. So our ancestors knew perfectly that when a person is angry, when the person is has inside of stress and is producing and not allowing himself to be negative, that this person becomes sour, which means he becomes old and he becomes sick. So people who are carrying inside of them a lot of anger towards the world or themselves, they become sick, they become old, because the thoughts produce 70% of acidity inside. And already the acidity, that creates pain inside of the body. You know, when you push yourself and there's something hurts, or for example, when people are feeling angry, it develops a lot more sicknesses than our food and physical activity does. And when we take this in, then we can understand why an elderly Greek, Italian, old grandma or grandpa who are drinking every day a glass of wine and smoking cigarettes or a cigar are living for such an old age if they're happy inside. And when at the same time, my young people who are extreme in their vegan diets or raw eating diets or anything else with the focus on health, 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 they die so early. Because if they're not feeling happy inside, then eventually their body will develop that acidity, which will eventually make them old quicker, and it will kill them. So on a spiritual level, the answer is carries the same thing. If your soul is happy and you're enjoying your life and you're in harmony with yourself, doing the things which matter for you and lift you up, well, of course you want to stay here. Of course you'll enjoy it. And as when your soul is enjoying your life here, you will eventually, your soul will give you all the health, all the things that you need for you to be present here, to continue to enjoy life. And if you're wasting your time on things that don't matter to you, if you're worrying all the time, if you're being angry upon yourself that I did that and didn't do this, then eventually this creates that acidity, that biochemistry process inside of the body that will make the body get old very fast and get sick very fast. So by knowing this wisdom of the ancestors, we can say for sure that if you want to heal yourself from many diseases, you actually need to focus to take out from your body that acidity. And to take out that acidity, it's not only enough, let's say, to have a physical impact to take it out, but it's first of all important to change how you think inside, how you look on life inside, how you communicate with the world and yourself inside of yourself. Because we're being taught that you can get negative karma when you act unpleasantly towards the surrounding world. But why don't you think that it works the same way, but only towards yourself? Why do you think that if you are criticizing yourself inside of yourself, that you are not getting negative karma? Why do you think betraying yourself is not a sin in the way as you're betraying others? Why you think that you are smaller than the people around and that you can allow yourself to be disrespectful towards yourself? Well, I hope that this gives you a little bit of focus in understanding that if you want to be healthy, if you want to live a happy, long life, first of all, create harmony with yourself, inside of yourself, with your soul. When you have it, then you will feel comfortable inside of yourself in quiet and peacefulness. And when you have this harmony inside, people around will also feel super comfortable with you. And through that, when you're happy, people around are happy, are in harmony, then all of you are in harmony and self-support each other. You feel protected, you feel inspired, and you act and do the things which help you to achieve new heights in your spiritual and practical path of development and fulfillment. So I highly inspire you to focus on yourself, and eventually it is far more important to take care of your inner world and psychic and emotional body and your mental body rather than just to focus on the physics. If you just focus on your physics and you ignore your inner world, your inner state, your laboratory, our body is like a laboratory, you will just do everything what you are saying. So if you criticize yourself, if you're destroying yourself, then eventually the body will produce those chemical elements like acidity that will do what you're asking. So if you want to live a happy life, focus on your soul, listen to yourself, understand your values, live with yourself in harmony, and through that, the world around will live with you with harmony. If you will love yourself and be in peace with yourself, then for the people around it will be a lot easier to create a loving relationship with you. If you allow yourself to give yourself the love and the support, the surrounding people will give it also to you, and vice versa. If we only focus on the physical part, but we ignore the fundamentals of our soul, well, you already know what it creates. So I hope this gives the answer into the light why some people can consume different things and live long, and other people focusing on health but die young. And now you have the next small piece of the puzzle answered for yourself. Love yourself, take care of yourself, solve your own problems. Remember, you're the creator of your reality. You created problems with which you can handle. There is not a single problem in your life with which you cannot handle by yourself. If you need help, speak out, explain people that you need help. Don't hold inside. Know that the world is willing to give you a hand, but only when you ask for help. If you don't ask for help, nobody can break your free will and your natural flow of your spiritual development. Remember that. This is a very free and open game, and you're free to do the things what you want, but you always carry for that responsibility, and you will always get your karma. Positive, negative, but you will always get your personal karma through your interaction with yourself and the surrounding world. Namaste and blessings to all of you.